Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes in Coffee. Today, I want to talk to you about something. With this particular message, you may be affected in one of three ways. The first is that this message may actually be for you. The second is this message is not for you, but it may be for someone that you know. And the third is if this message is not for you or for someone that you know, then you will at least be encouraged. Although this is Suicide Awareness Month, this topic is important every single day. Sometimes when we are down, we need someone to lift us up. And many of us have someone that loves us enough that will uplift us. Sometimes it's your significant other or your spouse. Sometimes it's a friend. Sometimes it's a family member. Sometimes it's even a teacher. However, some of us don't have anyone to uplift us. So, what do we do when we are feeling down about ourselves and we are dealing with issues such as suicide? What do we do when there are people that love us that try to uplift us, but they can't? Or there's no one to assist us at a time when we feel like there is no hope? Essentially, what do you do when you feel like all hope is lost? I'd like to talk to you about God's love. And more than likely, you've probably heard that, read that on a t shirt, or seen it more times than you care to. But I'd like to present it in a way that you may not have considered. I want to give you one perspective of what it means that God loves you. I want you to do something. I want you to go outside and look up at the sky. And if you can't go outside at this time, think about a time where you looked up at the sky and you were completely amazed. Whatever that is, whatever image you have in your head, I want you to think about that. There are times when I will go outside and I'll look up at the sky and the sun is setting and there's a hint of orange or a hint of purple and the sky is just so beautiful as it's up there with the clouds, and you just can't help but look at the sky and say, wow, that is such a beautiful scene. Sometimes there may even be a rainbow if it just finished raining. And when I look at the sky and when I look at all of its beauty, I feel compelled to pull out my phone and take a picture because it is so beautiful. You know, God made that sky and he knew it was beautiful and he took his time when he made this world. But what's even more true is God considers your uniqueness, your personality, and who you are even more beautiful than the sky that he creates that makes us stop to look at and take pictures of. Do you have a favorite nature spot that you can just sit outside and enjoy it? I mean, when the temperature is just right and there's a gentle breeze, is there a place that you can go and just look at nature and just say, wow, this is beautiful? Is it the beach with the sunset we just described and the waves gently coming upon shore? Or is it a park where you can just watch nature unfold with beautiful flowers, and as you sit there you can't help but say, I wish I could sit here forever and enjoy this moment? Whatever your perfect nature scenery is, I want you to know that God knows every single detail of what you're looking at. If you're sitting on the beach, God knows how many grains of sand that you're sitting on. He's even commanded the waves to only come so far upon shore. Or if you're looking at the flowers, God knows how many petals are on each flower that you look at. What's even more interesting is God knows you down to your very molecules. He knows every tear that you've cried, and he knows exactly how you feel at this very moment. So if you are so important, why doesn't God just fix the issue that's causing you so much pain? Many people think that God's power is just this miraculous signs, but there's another aspect of God's power, and it's the way that God works with you. It's the way that God works in you, and it's the way that God works with all those who surround you. And although God may be working, you may not fully understand it until he's done, until you realize how far he's brought you. If you can't understand what I'm saying, picture this. Think of someone who's never eaten any sweets. No fruit, nothing sweet. Now describe to them, what is it like to bite into chocolate cake? Do you see how difficult it is to relate that experience? That's why, as I explain this to you, something that I've experienced myself, it may not be easily understood if you've never experienced God's power working within you. The only thing that I can tell you is to give God a chance, and don't put God in a box so that God's plan has to go the way you think it should go. Give God a chance and let him do what he does. I can guarantee you, however you think God is supposed to work your situation out, he can do it better. Because the issue that you prayed about and you took a chance on God with, he will fix that issue and all the other issues that you didn't even know you had, or all the other issues that have hurt you so much that you didn't even know how to address. God was willing to sacrifice his son to show you how much he loved you. As much as he knows all of the details of everything on this planet, he He loved you enough to sacrifice his son. If you haven't, read Romans chapter 8. God lets you know that there is nothing that can separate you from his love. Give him a chance. If you are in need of help, I urge you to contact someone to help you. I may not know you, but I want you to know I care for you. There are people who care for you, and most importantly, God loves you. If you have benefited from this message, then I ask you to share it with at least one person. This is Jared with 5 Minutes in Coffee. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it. If you want to support the Christian Strength, please consider becoming a Patreon or making a donation towards the growth of the Christian Strength. Links are in the description. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 5 Minutes in Coffee, the Christian Strength.